In today's world, power is not measured by military strength alone. Sometimes a railway line, a seaport, or a trade corridor can reshape the geopolitics of an entire region. 2 years ago, India unveiled an ambitious vision to the world, the India Middle East Europe Economic Corridor, or IMEC. Washington welcomed it, Europe endorsed it, Israel saw it as a major diplomatic breakthrough, and New Delhi presented it as the strategic alternative to China's Belt and Road Initiative. But then, Gaza war changed the regional equation. Now, Turkey and Saudi Arabia are working to revive a century-old railway vision, a route that could connect the Gulf to Europe without passing through Israel. So, the question is the Middle East quietly rewriting its trade strategy? I am Ali Furqan, and you are watching The Pivot. Tonight, we examine whether the region's new connectivity plan could reshape the future of global trade. First, let's understand IMEC. The project envisioned Indian goods reaching the United Arab Emirates by sea, then traveling by rail through Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Israel, and finally reaching Europe through the Mediterranean. This was never just about trade. It was also about geopolitics. Washington wanted to offer an alternative to China's expanding Belt and Road Initiative. India wanted to position itself as the principal gateway connecting Asia with Europe. And for Israel, IMEC represented more than economic opportunity. It always symbolized deeper political and economic integration with the Arab world. But there was one critical assumption behind the project: improving relations between Saudi Arabia and Israel. Then came the Gaza war and the political landscape changed. Saudi Arabia maintained that meaningful progress towards a Palestinian state as essential part. Israel's current government has taken a different position. The result? IMEC has not collapsed, but its momentum has undoubtedly slowed. Because geography is shaped not only by maps, but also by political realities. But history rarely stands still. Now let's turn to the latest development. Turkey and Saudi Arabia are advancing discussion to revive the historic Hijaz Railway, a vision that dates back to the Ottoman Empire. If developed, network could strengthen our land connectivity linking the Gulf, Syria, Jordan, Turkey, and ultimately Europe. The important point is this: in this vision, Israel is no longer an essential transit route. This is more than a railway. It represents a different vision of regional connectivity, one that seeks to link Gulf with Europe without making Israel the indispensable gateway. If that vision gathers momentum, it could fundamentally reshape the geopolitical logic that made IMEC so attractive in the first phase. And this is where Pakistan enters the picture. Many people believe regional railway connectivity is a new idea. It is not. Pakistan, Iran, and Turkey are already linked through the ITI, Islamabad, Tehran, Istanbul Railway, operating under the framework of the Economic Cooperation Organization, ECO. The railway already provides a foundation for regional connectivity. Its full commercial potential has yet to be realized. But it demonstrates that Pakistan, Iran, and Turkey have been working on regional transport integration for years. If the ITI railway become more active, and if the new Turkey-Saudi Arabia railway visions move forward, Asia and Europe could eventually connect it through multiple overland corridors. In that scenario, Pakistan could play and connect Central Asia with the Middle East and Europe. The biggest lesson for this story is simple: trade corridors do more than goods. They shape power, influence, and diplomacy. 2 years ago, The conversation was almost entirely about IMEC. Today, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and other regional players are exploring alternative routes as well. It is still too early to say which project will ultimately succeed, but one thing is already clear. Geography of the Middle East is not changing. Its geopolitics is. And when geopolitics change, trade routes change, alliances change, and eventually maps change. This was tonight's The Pivot. I'm Ali Furqan. Thank you for watching.